being with us here today on our visit with Chucky Humphries, presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm, best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Chucky, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Thank you for having me here.
I'm glad that you're back with us here today because we've got more ground to cover. Last week we were talking about Emerson Elite and the overall organization for Emerson that is training young athletes here in Indiana County in basketball and in life skills as well. And we talked specifically about some of the athletes that you're coaching right now. And how it is that they've moved on and into college careers for some of them. Some of them are wrapping up their high school careers. Some just getting started on their high school careers. But we didn't get a chance to talk more about what else you do in terms of helping people to make that next step in their life. So I want to get back and talk a little bit more about that because it is more than just let's sharpen up your skills on the basketball floor, and you do more than that with these young folks.
Yeah, Emerson Elite, that's AAU, and then Emerson Fundamentals is the basketball training and events that we have for the kids. So over the years, we ran a few events, we do training, but this year I'm really trying to get into some more events. Like we're gonna run like a free clinic for like an end of the school year wrap up for a couple of the schools around here, like Indiana, Penns Manor, Cambria Heights, Marion Center. We're going to get out a little bit, spend some time with the kids, just something for them to have fun before their school year ends. Mm-hmm. So I really enjoy some things like that. Just teach them a few things, couple basketball things, some things that they could work on in the summer. And then also I always like to add like leadership skills into my training or just communication, things where they have to communicate with each other. Because I never like a quiet gym. I always tell my kids I do not like a quiet gym at all.
Let's talk about leadership because you certainly have had a number of folks who have helped you in that respect. Of course, coming through the IUP basketball program, Coach Joe Lombardi, he'll get your attention, won't he?
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the first things he pushed us with was instilling the culture into us and making sure that we're leading, talking, communicating. One of the first things when I got to the school was he more so said he's not looking at like out talent teams. He wants to out culture them. So like my first year, we went to scrimmage Morehead State and then we went to go play Kentucky. So when we went to go play Morehead State, then they're a Division I school and we're Division II. Usually the narrative is, oh, you're going to get blown out by a Division I school. But one of the first things a couple of our teammates said was, hey, let's look to out culture the team. Mm-hmm. So let's do the things where we're talking, shaking hands, pick your brother up, huddle up. Let's just stay connected as a family throughout this process and see what we can get. Whereas to where some talented schools, they don't necessarily hone in on things like being a team, having culture, being a family. They're just more so worried about talent. And we went out and we won a scrimmage against Morehead. We beat them. And then we turned around and played Kentucky. Didn't win that one, but we put on a great display against them. As to where any typical Division II team may have lost by like 50, 70. That really wasn't the game for us. I thought that we played very well knitted and together, and that helped us get into the season. So for me to see things like that transpire for us as a team, mm-hmm. that helped us win the PSAC that year. And then the following year where we had to kind of get a brand new team, but we were able to be a culture and do the same thing. And honestly, stuff like that also resonates back to my Aliquippa days where we won a state championship. I mean, I just see a lot of that stuff where playing as a family, playing together, playing as one. I really buy into things like that. That's what helped me in college buy into that and kind of be like the glue guy and keep everybody together or making sure everyone's playing, like just being a leader of my own where I'm just taking pride in the right things. So all of that stuff helped us, and I credit my high school coach, and I credit just Coach Lombardi as well for things like that.
Well, that family atmosphere, number one, but the idea that you have that one team goal as opposed to individual goals. Yes, you want to develop yourself as an individual, as a player, and as a person. But at the same time, what fuels that is the team goal that's ahead of you.
Absolutely.
And so you teach that at your clinics and in the overall sense with Emerson.
Yes. Kids are naturally competitive. I mean, they always, if I just say, hey, you guys over here, you guys over there, you're competing against them. It's like, oh, it's game on. So I try to get them like that. There's that. And then it's also, how do we get to that? I mean, because I can just get a couple kids in the gym and go play. And that was the main narrative of this week's practice with my kids, where we're just, okay, we had a good weekend where we competed last week in West Virginia. Let's go back and watch film and see some things where my teams always huddle up after every free throw. Especially, it's important for them to learn that at a young age, because in the midst of a game, I know this from experience, you're tired, mom and dad are yelling on the side or whatever, you got competition. So like your mind can travel that anywhere at any given moment in the game, but a nice little huddle up kind of gets everyone to check in. Hey, you good? We good? Hey, who you got on defense? Something little like that. But if you're doing that throughout so many times throughout the game, it keeps you locked in on what the main narrative is, because you're checking in with your teammates, and we're all under the same impression. Like I said last week, we're here to get better, compete, have fun, and work hard. So a little thing like huddling up after every dead ball, those are things that I really try to instill to my kids and make sure that they're doing that, to understand like this is part of leadership. Someone has to step up and do that. I shouldn't be yelling huddle up every time. So you should see a kid, hey, come on guys, let's huddle up.
Yeah, yeah. So you're going to be doing this with some select schools.
Yeah.
What's the time frame for that? When's that happen?
We're looking at May. I don't have a date yet, and I know they're knocking on my back for that date, but I'm looking at May, end of May, kind of like the last 2 or 3 weeks. I think I'm just going to block a week off where kind of just knock each school down and kind of travel to each school each day throughout that week.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So you're working with those specific schools.
Yeah.
In an overall sense, if somebody wants to get involved with Emerson, what should they do?
They reach out to us. We'll usually post about events and stuff we're having. Like I'm actually gonna have a big announcement for this summer here. We're gonna have something coming up.
Oh, yeah?
So yeah, stay tuned, Indiana. I'm finishing up the details for it now, but yeah, usually I'm on Facebook with everything. And again, the community has been really great with anytime I share anything, they pretty much get it all out there and share with others. And again, I'm just thankful for this community to see what I have going and help me, support what I have going on. And I'm look forward to giving back to them and their kids as well.
So that event that you're speaking of, do you have other things in the hopper beside? You also have the announcement you just said.
Yeah.
You're going to have something big coming up.
Yeah.
But you always have to keep planning.
Absolutely. So yeah, we do a summer league, a 3-on-3 summer league. That's been fun. It's been 2 years so far. This will be year 3. We kind of run that like the FIBA rules, where as soon as the ball goes through the hoop, got to hurry up, take it out, and get it back in and keep going. And that kind of keeps the kids like aware, playing fast, playing hard. And so our 3-on-3 summer league should be pretty good this year. And then I'm looking to have a fall league, and then we'll get back into like training and potentially a winter league.
3-on-3, that's Olympic now.
Oh, yeah.
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 Did you like that in the Olympics, the way that they ran it?
Yeah, I mean, the more basketball, the better. To see other forms of it, and I always think of it as an art. So, I mean, more than just 5-on-5, to watch the 3-on-3, because now you get a little bit of pickup style. The floor is more spaced out. It's just a different form of just regular 5-on-5 basketball. So I've always liked watching the FIBA 3-on-3.
Yeah. Yeah, internationally, that's really, really big. United States has actually fallen behind in that category.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're so interested in 5-on-5.
Yeah.
And we invented the game. We sort of don't like the idea that other countries are taking off with this other form of it. So it's going to pick up here in the U.S.
Yeah. Well, when I came back over here, I was in Portugal. That's where I played professionally. I started to realize why they're talking about like Luka Doncic and Giannis, and why the Europeans are kind of advanced and past Americans. And those are things I'm trying to instill in my program, because in Europe, the kids don't necessarily have a school ball team. They play for clubs. It's basically like AAU almost, where if you want to play basketball and you really want to get better at it, sign up for this club. And then you have kids that are maybe 12 who may be really good. They're not playing with 12-year-olds. They're going to play up with 16-year-olds. Or like Luka Doncic, for his instance, he was 16 already playing against NBA guys. And so now he's already has that exposure. He's playing against, and then scouts are already seeing him. So whenever you have a culture of that in Europe, it's going to develop over time, where they're playing advanced basketball and everything. Where here we have our club basketball, but just some things where we're kind of slowed up with that process. But over there, they're having like legit coaches, legit programs, and they're always traveling, looking to play competition and get exposure. So all in all, like there's so many clubs over in Europe. So that's kind of why things are kind of advancing for them, and everyone's grabbing. And then in the draft, everyone's grabbing more Europeans than they are Americans.
So you're going with this 3-on-3 thing this summer.
Yeah, yeah.
There are things that about 3-on-3 ball that you're going to learn that you're not going to learn in 5-on-5, or not going to learn as quickly.
Absolutely.
3-on-3 ball is really special, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a great form of basketball.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of spacing, so I'm very big on teaching the kids spacing. So that's the spacing they can get. They can learn to operate within that spacing. I mean, the pick and roll is very good in a 3-on-3 setting, but just learning how to actually play and score, go against your man. I mean, I really try to embrace the kids on scoring the ball, try to attack. And if not, they should be able to kick the ball out, work on getting open. Even the defensive aspect, you got more ground to cover if you're playing help defense. I mean, there's a lot more on the line with 3-on-3. You don't have as much help. It's just you three.
Yeah, it's fascinating watching someone just try to work over the top of a pick.
Yeah,
yeah.
And we and with our program, like we more so every week we change the teams up every single time, and that's something that I instill in there because I want them to get exposed to new teammates, get exposed to new competitors. I don't want them to be comfortable with the same team throughout the league. I want them to try to figure it out with it. You got this day to figure it out with X, Y, and Z, X and Y, to figure out what your goal is and, learn to be a good teammate, shake your hand, all the stuff that I talked about prior.
Emerson Fundamentals, you're working with kids of all ages.
Yeah.
What's the youngest group that you work with?
So tonight, we have Fundamental Fridays. So and my daughter, I don't force her to do any basketball. She's around it a lot, but she said she wanted to start playing more. So wanted to get her around kids her age. So we started doing Fundamental Fridays. It's from ages 4 to 7. That's more so as like a fun introductory. It's really friendly just to kind of get the kids playing and going and introduce them to the game. It's nothing crazy or serious. So that's like the youngest we start is with Fundamental Fridays.
4 years old.
Yeah.
So little Emerson, who was here last week.
Yeah. Yeah, she's dribbling the ball and everything now.
That's great. Man, oh man. Boys and girls.
Boys and girls, yes.
So you group them up there. There's that group, and then you group them according to age after that, or maybe not even according to age, but according to skills learned and abilities.
Yeah, for the most part, we'll do gym rat group training. So gym rat is like our big group, and I usually this. That's what I do in the summer, where we'll kind of do grades from 3 to 5, and then after that we'll do grades 6 to 8. For our gym rat training, just so that they're kind of in the right same skill group. And in the summertime, we'll take a couple of days out of the week for a whole month and just show them some fundamentals, show them some good drills, train them. So that's kind of the next step after that.
Yeah, good stuff happening from Emerson Fundamentals. And Chucky's got a great group of folks working with him to make all of this happen. How many counties now?
Indiana, Beaver County, Armstrong, and I don't know what's the county for Johnstown.
Cambria.
Cambria, okay.
Cambria County. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot to do. Hey, thanks so much for coming in, telling us more about it. Emerson Fundamentals on Facebook. That's where people are going to learn more.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com.
It's here! Altoona Curve Baseball is back on Friday, April 4th. And you know how we do opening night. Big, loud, and unforgettable. We're kicking things off with a fireworks show so massive you might hear it in Harrisburg. Brought to you by Fur Beverage, Stuckey Automotive, Bedford Regional Urology, and Home Genius Exteriors. But wait, this isn't just any opening night. We're going full throttle. How do you make a season opener a certified banger? You bring in a live DJ, but not just any DJ, the world's #1 Taylor Swift DJ. That's right, DJ Swifty will be in the house mixing Taylor's biggest hits live during fireworks. Our 27th season starts with a party like never before. Epic fireworks, a world-renowned DJ, and the best fans in baseball. Need more reasons? How about tasty curve burgers, kicking back with friends and family, and taking in the best minor league ballpark experience in the world? Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at altoonacurve.com, stopping by the PNG Field box office, or by calling 877-99-CURVE. Opening night is almost here. Join us on Friday, April 4th for fireworks and DJ Swifty spinning non-stop Taylor Swift hits, because everybody loves curve baseball.
Luther Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Northern Cambria is going mad. Hurry in and catch all of the madness with these great deals. Get a new Jeep Compass starting as low as $23,566. That's a savings of up to $8,957. Or buy for just $399 per month.
The $7,500 due at signing plus tax and tags must qualify for all rebates 84 months at 7% with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Or how about the 2024 Dodge Hornet RT all-wheel drive starting at $32,888?